one of our local YouTube boys kind of recorded their battle in a different way than usual, so that was pretty fun. Check that out in the description, of course. And we are here for, as I said, Week 4's Game of the Week. This week, it's another game from Adam, and I don't remember if Violet was on Game of the Week before. I think she was. But anyway, this is another one. Violet, before this, had a record of 3-0, and I believe Adam was 2-1. Yeah, I believe it's 2-1. And this game was actually pretty good. Great plays from both sides, and I'm done rambling on, so let's just press that nice play button and see what goes on. We got Mew versus Weavile first. Now, obviously, we have one that... Ah, damn it. Damn Weavile acting before I could talk. Now we have a Weavile whose stab moves but are super effective against Mew, so that's not good for Adam so far, but at the same time, Mew gets a lot of nice different moves, so that's pretty cool too. And then, you know, Weavile's fast, so we'll just see what happens. Violet opens up the pursuit, which will it'll be a 3-hit KO on Mew because that thing has nice defenses. Then Mew retaliates with a Drain Punch, gaining all the HP back and destroying the Weavile. Going out to Azumarill, Adam then uses Taunt so that Violet can't Belly Drum, which I don't know why you would want to Belly Drum this early in the game, considering, you know, there's a Coco there. Well, I guess Coco might die to it, but I don't know about Guzzlord. That thing is pretty beefy. Anyway, we see an Aqua Jet come from the Azumarill, which does a little bit to Mew. Mew infests the Azumarill so it cannot get out, and then switches out to Tapu Koko to essentially get a free KO on the Azumarill. Oh, I got that wrong. Infestation, I think, is only active as long as the active Pokemon stays in. Oh well. Adam read that pretty well and proceeded to Hidden Power Ice the Gliscor, making it very much just gone. So not only is the Gliscor gone, the one that's been getting all the kills, but the Azumarill has to be played pretty damn well in order to avoid getting knocked out after using Belly Drum, considering that the Citrus Berry is gone. So no, it's not. Citrus Berry isn't gone. I don't know what I'm saying. I'm just saying that that's really the only thing that she can use besides, I guess, whatever these two have up their sleeves, the Toxicroak and the Blaziken, to actually do something. So, Adam roosts on the Coco, which is nice, and Violet sits on the rocks. Defogs away said rocks, because that's just what happens. And then Toxic damage, of course, we just see regular gameplay. Now this was kind of interesting. So the Gengar comes out, and that's a special attacker against Blissey, who is a special tank. And as we can see, you know, the Blissey isn't exactly able to touch this Gengar, considering that it's only got Toxic and Seismic Toss. And the Gengar seems to be trying to get a Spadef drop with Psychic. Also, with Psychic going off, it doesn't allow in Toxicroak or Blaziken. Otherwise, they'll just get knocked out. So it's either a sack or we just play this waiting game. And we decided to play the waiting game. But that really did. I'll wait for it to go, so I'm not just spoilering. So that conditioning of staying in with the Gengar allowed Adam to get in his Scizor for free on the Stealth Rock. And the superpower goes ahead and knocks out the Blissey, as that thing has like 10 base not special, but 10 base defense. So Blaziken comes out, we see Adam goes right out to Milotic, and then the Blaziken, you know, Swords dances up. It was a nice read to see that it was a switch. And Thunder Punch doesn't end up taking out the Milotic, but we see an interesting Brine here. Now, I'm not exactly sure how Brine works, but I kind of wonder if a Scald would have been better. I don't really even know what Bryan's base power is, or even how it really works. I think if you take damage, it does double, but it might also be if you, I think it works your, ah man, we're gonna have to look up Bryan too. Ain't that just something? Blaziken, let's just do that. And Scald does 77 to 91. We saw Scald here do 68. Not exactly sure what the EVs are or anything. But let's try to put a Thunder Punch here instead of Stone Edge. And of course, we were +2. I don't think Violet is adamant. I think she's running Jolly. Anyway, Thunder Punch did about that much. Let's see. Thunder Punch did about 76. So yeah, I think we calced that accurately. And then Scald does that much. Let's put in Brine just to see. Bryan does 62 to 74, but it looks like it did 68. Let's put it down to whatever HP it was at, 24? 24%? Bryan does the same. I'm not sure if... Let's look up Bryan real quick, actually. If the foe's HP is down to about half, this attack will hit with double the power. Okay, so it was actually the first way, so it actually goes up to 130. I don't know. I honestly don't know, because... Yeah, I don't know how that works on Showdown. But Bryan was supposedly supposed to kill, according to what the calcs were. But it didn't work out that way, but that's just fine, because the Melodic goes down, a rather good sack, and then the Scizor comes out. And we see a switch to Coco, which will draw in the Flare Blitz, so I guess Adam's just trying to whittle it down. And Psychic ends up taking out the Blaziken. Probably because he needed the Scizor for something else, maybe to at least take something of the Toxicroak, supposing it was needed. But we end up seeing in the chat right here that I don't even know if you can see the chat, but the Gengar's scarfed, so it was gonna go first because it's been known that Violet's Toxicroak has been scarfed for 4 weeks in a row. And then we see a Belly Drum come off from the Azumarill, gaining back that HP with the Citrus Berry. And then Aqua Jets. This thing was Adam, I know, calced it to make sure that Guzzlord would live said Aqua Jet from full. And then we see the Sludge Wave come out, take out the Azumarill, and that is the game. So Violet was finally taken down by our co-host Adam, and that's a sight to see. Adam had the advantage of knowing exactly pretty much what Violet was going to do, as far as what sets she was going to bring, and not really, kind of the EVs, I don't know. But that was definitely an advantage that he had, and the switches that were, they were pretty nice. They were pretty nice switches, and also with that Hidden Power Ice on that Gliscor rendering that thing useless, that was really, really nice to see as well. This was just a really good game on Adam's part. He deserved that win, and it'll be great to see what both of these battlers do come with the next couple of weeks. And I'm going to come right back, and we're going to take a look at the sheets and all the different changes. And oh boy, do we have a lot of different changes. And we are back. I hope you guys can see everything that I'm putting up. If not, I'll of course take screenshots and just paste it up on the screen as per usual. But as we can see, this trade thing here, Gauge's Hippowdon for Zeraora was already done. Yeah, that was a something that was active for this week. But the reason why, that needs to be changed actually. The reason why I am mentioning trades right now is there are just so many different things happening. So Will's Cresselia for Violet's Galizapod. Violet's probably not going to miss Galizapod a lot, considering that she's been using the same team, and it's been working out pretty well. Will obviously wanted Galizapod for some reason. I know that First Impression is nice to have, as well as Emergency Exit being able to not just be something of a hindrance, but can also be used for your advantage. I'm not exactly 100% sure what their teams look like. We can actually take a look at that here. So Violet already had the water type here, which was good. So she wasn't really missing the water. It's just she doesn't have really a bug type anymore, which isn't necessarily something that's needed, I think. And now we have an offensive water type on Will's team, which is, really good for him. Just anything else offensive would be nice, considering that his team's pretty passive, pretty defensive. So that's really good. And then next, Will wanted that Icium because of the new Kyurem Black, I'm assuming. That thing is really the only thing that comes to my mind besides maybe like a Sub-Zero Slammer or Alamomola for whatever reason. And I think Galizapod probably gets some Ice move. But other than that, that's really all I can see. And Violet now has the Poisonium, which I don't know exactly what on her team it can be really used for. I guess Toxicroak if she doesn't want it to be Scarfed anymore. I want to say, yeah, Houndoom can use Z Sludge Bomb as well. So there are some options. Weavile might get Poison Jab. I really don't know. I couldn't tell you. But all that's important is that was the trade that Will wanted to make, and he definitely got some value out of that trade, so it was really good on him. I'll probably just throw it up on the screen. Yeah, that's what I'll do. And Steven and Adam traded Kartana for Tapu Koko, which I think is kind of better for each of them, considering I think Steven would feel a bit more comfortable using Tapu Koko, and Adam cannot have a season without his trusty Kartana. So I can only expect that Adam's team it definitely looks a bit more scary with this big old new Kartana on the team. And then Steven's team is looking to be, it's just missing a Hawlucha, and freaking things will break open. But at the same time, Mega Medicham also kind of fills a good role with that. He could definitely, I don't know, it's like a quote-unquote rain team, but not really. He's got rain parts just as I have sand parts. And then the last trade that happened this week is Mitch's Suicune for Steven's Muck, which I think was a very good thing for Steven, considering that he didn't hit his only water type on the team was Pelipper, which Pelipper is fine as far as defensiveness goes, but it doesn't take it does not take ice as well as your average water type does, or at least I don't imagine that it would. So it's better for him to have that pure pure water type to kind of take that better. Plus, I don't think there were many grass weaknesses on the team, so it didn't really affect him too much. Just really Mamo and Minior. But that was really it. So, yeah, there's that, and now we can get into the next part of this, which is our league stats. So let's just switch on over. All right, over on this list here, you can see that the silver side hasn't really changed much, with the Florida Flagons Gliscor still having 8 kills, Mega Altaria from Control Altaria Delete having 6 kills, and the Scolipede from Mawile, Mega Mawile having 6 as well. That's kind of just stayed there. And the silver death leaderboard actually changed a bit with Kyurem joining us from Control Altaria Delete over the Hydreigon from Breath Mints. So yeah, there's that, I guess. And over on the gold team, or over on the gold league side, we see your Chicago White Sox firefighting Monkey Boy Infernape climbing up above the other 5 kills Mons of the other teams, having 8 from this past week, and Alolan Marowak still having those 5 only kills from the one game that it was in. as well as the Simeon from the Toronto Star Raptors. And the Gold Death leaderboard has changed a bit too, I think. I don't really remember. I just know it changes a lot here because Gold League kind of has been losing more than winning, at least in the beginning. So we have Mamoswine from the Great Bats of Wudo here with 4, and then Mega Charizard X from Toronto Star Raptor with 4, and then Mega Medicham from Great Bats of Wudo with 4, which, you know, having Steven's team having the most deaths is to be expected with his record. But, you know, anything can happen in these games, and I'm excited to see what else we have in store. So leave a like if you enjoyed this game of the week. Subscribe if you have not already and you want to see some more from this channel. Tickle that bell so you know exactly what I'm doing as far as uploading goes. Please don't peer into my personal life. And with that being said and more, this has been your boy, SnowyKurama. See you in the next video. Goodbye.